Are you all with me now?
Yes, sir.
IELTS Reading. Everybody should be with me, fine? We will have discussions as well, and I will keep asking you questions. So, if you have anything in your mind, you can ask me at the same time. Get it? So, today we're going to talk about IELTS reading with you. In fact, if either you want to go with reading CD delivered, I mean computer delivered, or if you want to take paper based, so both are same. There is no difference. For both of them, you will have for the reading module how much time? There will be 1 hour time. 1 hour time. Like total time you will be given for the reading, how much time you will be providing? 1 hour time. And now, if 1 hour time is less for you, then go for 60 minutes time, huh? Clear? If you think 1 hour is less, then take how much time, Shabir? 60 minutes time. It's your choice. Whatever time you want to take, clear? Which one suits you more? 1 hour or 60 minutes? Huh? Both of them. Fine. For me, like 60 is much more suitable. Huh? I don't like the old one. It's 60. But I don't like the age of 60.
Yes, sir.
Hi. So we want to talk about IELTS reading module, as I mentioned earlier, that you will be provided with 1 hour time. And in that 1 hour time, you need to go for 3 passages. We call them passage. Passage 1, passage 2, and passage 3. They are how many passages? We have got 3 passages, clear? Total number of passages you will go through, how many passages? 3 passages. So, each passage contains either 13 questions or 14 questions. 13 or 14. 13 or 14. So it means total number of questions we will have 40 questions are here. To solve, how much questions do we need? 40 questions are there. And the time we are being given, how much time is that? 60 minutes time. So it means that for each question, how much time? 1.5 minute time. To solve each question, if we divide 60 over that of 40, so how much time we need? 1.5 minutes. Clear? Time you can distribute, clear? That's 20 minutes time on task 1, passage 1, 20 minutes time on passage 2, and then when we have 20 minutes time on your passage 3. You should know that passage number 1 is easier than passage 2, and passage 2 is easier than that of your passage 3. So if you spend less time solving passage 1, it will help you later on. Try to solve like passage 1 as soon as possible. Like you can take 15 minutes time in passage 1. If you take 15 minutes time in passage 1, so it will help you later on to solve them. Reading for academic and for general, it's a bit different. Like students, if you are aiming for IELTS academic and IELTS general, clear? So there is difference. There is no difference for me. There is no difference for me. The difference is only for the candidate. The difference, clear? It will only be for you, not for me. How? For IELTS academic, the passages are a bit lengthy and a bit more academic one. For academic students, passages are lengthy, clear, and it's academic. It's a bit hard. It's a bit difficult. Where for the general students, passages are short and easy. Passages are short and easy. So that's the only difference. Like for me, it's same. My teaching is same. Clear? Like the question you will have for academic, so the same questions you will have for that of general. But the difference is only where in the passages. Passages for the academic students will be a bit tough, not that much tough. I'm not talking it's very hard. Clear? A bit tough because the language used there is more academic one. And so far the general students it's easy. Clear? It's not that difficult. But the issue it comes in the marking area. In marking, like for example, if you score 30 out of 40, like total we have 40 questions, and you got 30 correct answers, you will get 7. For the which one? Academic. But you will be provided 37.8, 32. Marking criteria is a bit different. Okay? For the general one, if you score out of 40, 32, you can get 7 back. Then for academic there is like less. For general one it's more. So there is no big difference, clear? Now, it was the overall structure, like it's quite easy, I told you, clear about the areas, what we will go with. Now, the initial area, what I'm going to talk here, what I want to introduce it is very important for all questions. Today is the reading first day, so I want to carry on with myself, all of you, clear? In reading portion, we will have different type of questions will be there. Either sentence completion, summary completion, multiple choice questions, true, false, yes, no questions, clear, flow chart is there. So there are a lot number, almost 10, 12 different type of questions it comes to you people. Do you understand? What would be our way of study here in the class? We will go with different type of questions each day. Like for example, tomorrow we start with your multiple choice questions. So we will talk about multiple choice questions, what are the strategies, how to solve multiple choice questions, what are the techniques, everything I will provide you in the class. Then after that you will have, I will show you how to do that. I will do one of the practices in the classroom. Then later on in the second hour, you will have your own practices and we will have discussion in the classroom. Clear? The next day, we will talk about true, false, not given, and the same strategy will be followed here. The next day, like each day, we will be studying play one by one. Once we complete all different type of questions, then I will provide you with the mock, complete test. Then you will come to know. So first of all, we will improve ourselves individually. Clear? We should be mastering about each of the module. Then later on, we will come with that of your overall. Now, the skill, the lecture today, what we are going to have here, it's for all different type of questions. It's for what? It's for all questions. Tomorrow, inshallah, when we start, clear? So, the techniques and strategies we will be studying here, it will be applied only on one type of question. Like for MCQs type, it will be different way of solving them. For true, false, it will be different. For summary completion, it will be different. But the lecture, what we have today, is for all type of questions. Without having the prior knowledge of these things, it will be hard for you to solve, to go for the reading and performing good in your reading task. Clear? So that will not be that easy here. So we are going to talk about few of the things. Main topics we are going to talk about here. That what is very important for us in the reading. Before you start reading, for you people, like when you do reading, is it easy or difficult? Huh? For how many of you it's difficult? Have you ever been through IELTS reading? You? Anyone else? You? Okay. No one else? You haven't experienced it yet? Huh? No? No? Haven't you experienced? You haven't? No? You take, have you?
Just for the few passages regarding the IELTS reading.
Okay.
It was really nice when I was reading the questions and I was solving them, but I was just having the answer sheet.
Yeah.
The result was not what I was expecting. It was just around about 6.4, 7, like that.
So what was too hard for you at that time?
My point of view is a particular type of questions, but I don't have idea how to solve now.
Okay.
I haven't got my book.
Okay.
I was showing you.
But you faced problem there.
Yeah.
It was not that easy.
Some sort of difficulty
Alright.
out there.
We're going to solve those things, clear? But keep these points in your mind while solving your reading passages, clear? First of all, if I say that reading is all about your vocabulary, I will not be wrong. Reading is less of your reading test, but more of your vocabulary test. This is how, students do not perform well in the reading passages. I'm going to teach you, first of all, related to vocabulary sort of things, clear? And you need to take my points, what I'm trying to teach you people. And if you don't get it clear, it will be not easy. Reading is very easy. It's very easy. It's not that difficult. But first of all, you should know about the basics, the techniques. If you're going to go for the IELTS reading, you need to think the way IELTS want you to think. If you start thinking and start solving the questions by your own, it will not be that easy. So let's come. The first thing, Claire, if I say that your vocabulary it plays 90% role, I will not be wrong. The better you know academic vocabulary, the better you can perform well in your reading passage. Reading is all about vocabulary. Now I'm going to tell you, Claire. In vocabulary portion, what you are supposed to do is you should know about synonyms. The more you know synonyms, the better, the easiest it becomes. The easiest it gets. Synonyms. What did I say, number one? Synonyms. First of all, you should know about synonyms. If you are familiar to synonyms, it means the test gets easier for you. There are many things, because I have written vocabulary, clear? I will be talking more things related to vocabulary, get it? Not only synonyms, there are many things, I'm gonna come towards that. So first of all, synonyms. Let me give you one easy type of example, for example. They might write down here, for example, different, different, okay? Different facilities, facilities. Right? They have written different facilities. And the question they have given you different facilities. When you go to the passage, you won't find these words. You won't find these words. If you are capable to understand the key word, later on we will talk about the key word, and then you know about the synonyms, then it means that you have just, reading is in your control. But if you don't know about the synonyms, you don't know about these things, look, in the passage, when you go there, Ishfaq, look, what they will write down, they will write amenities, venues, venue, for example. Yeah, amenities means what?
Amenities means facilities.
Facilities. How many of you are aware of amenities? Amenities mean facilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this many students, and only 5 students are aware of the word amenities means facilities. So it becomes to be what? It gets difficult then. Why not? If you keep coming, you will start reading and you will be moving here and there. But you are weak in vocabulary, that's why you cannot. And if you are weak in vocabulary, I cannot help you out to get high score in IELTS. I can help you out to give you vocabulary, clear? To provide you vocabulary. But whose task is to learn them? Your task. If you improve, you start improving your vocabulary, it will be easy. Now, one thing about vocabulary I told you, clear? It will be like this for you if you know the synonyms. Look, these are the techniques I'm telling you. Play, but if you don't know, it will be hard. One thing, as I told you, if you remember, I told you that passage 1 is easier than passage 2, passage 2 is easier than passage 3. A while before I told you, am I right? Huh?
Yes.
No one asked me, sir, how? How passage 1 can be easier? It's an English. It's a passage. It's a written passage. How it can be? How it can get easier? Because the level, the intensity of synonym varies. For example, let me give you an easy example that everybody should get it. And passage number 1, they have used the word beautiful. Beautiful. Like for example, in the question they have used the word beautiful. Huh? Here they have used attractive, for example. Attractive. So you can quite easily understand, the word attractive and beautiful is same. It will get easy for you. It's quite common. Am I right? Huh? It will be quite easy for you. But when they move to another passage, synonym, those synonyms they will use, they are less familiar. They are not that common. Like attractive, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, they are quite common words. Everybody can understand. That's why this portion is quite easy. This is clear. Now, when you move down, beautiful, they will use like, for example, gorgeous. Clear? They use the word what? Gorgeous. Now, if somebody understands about gorgeous, it gets easy for you. But if you don't know about gorgeous, again, I can't help you out to get high score and IELTS. Clear? If you come down, they will use another vocabulary word. That's few, like quite advanced word, and few of you could understand it. That's why, getting good score in IELTS reading portion is quite hard. They will know about your vocabulary, of what level vocabulary you understand. For example, here they use stunning. Stunning. Now, if you don't understand that word, it's totally not possible to get good score, am I right? Or it's possible? Look, people say it's about techniques and about steps and this. No. I cannot cheat you, people. I cannot deceive you. What is reality, I'm gonna tell you. What is in the test and what they are targeting, I'm going to tell you that. Not about this, it's quite easy and blah, do this technique and this. No. Techniques we can apply here. But this is something that it will be applied overall on all tests. Entire test it will be applied. Do you understand? Okay, number 1 thing I told you about vocabulary, the synonyms. Second thing, they can also use antonyms. The negative. For example, they will provide you the positive word. You have any question? Okay, go. Look, don't ask me. If you have false, go. Clear? Don't ask me, yeah?
Sir, how can you strong or can
What?
How can you strong or can
How can you improve? There will be another lecture then. I will provide you the book.
It's like very big language, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, so how can we improve?
How can we improve?
Yes, sir.
Even though I don't know how should we improve it. We can improve it by improving it. I will provide you the vocabulary, clear, and you will spend some time on that. Get it? You will start reading more and more. Get it? And if a word comes to you that is hard for you, you will say, you will search, clear, and you will memorize that. Like for example, I told you the word amenities. I'm sure forever it will be easy for you to understand. Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm sure even after a month, if I ask you people, facilities mean amenity, everybody understands that. Why? Because I told you. Yeah. But if you read it by yourself, what should you do? You should have a separate notebook. On daily basis, write down few of the words with synonyms, many more synonyms, and then try to use it in your examples. Again and again. It will take a bit of time for me, but you will improve that, clear? Anyhow, our topic is not that. Our topic is here. Otherwise, I will go to somewhere else. Clear? So we will have antonyms. For example, in the question, they will give you positive words. They will give you what? Positive. While you go to the passage, they will use the antonym and negative. For example, what I say, If I say prohibited, clear? For example, they say allowed. Allowed. They have used what? Allowed. And when you come to the passage, they will use isn't prohibited. Prohibited. Smoking in the class is allowed. Is allowed. And this is the question, is this true or false? When you come to the passage, clear? When you come to the passage, then they may use like, smoking is not prohibited in the class. Did you get it? So that's why you people you have to be very sharp. Look, very far away, you should understand that's the meaning. Catch it up. Catch it. And the sharp you are, the better you can understand the word. It must be done with 100% of concentration. You will pay full 100% of your concentration. Take sure? And vocabulary, you are supposed to sense meaning. That will not be the synonym. This is very harsh thing. This is what I'm teaching you now. This is very important for you people. This is very difficult to understand. It will not be the synonym. It won't be antonym. You will sense the meaning of that. And this is how it gets a bit tough then. To get 7 or above 7 score, this thing is very important for you people. You are supposed to sense the meaning of words. For example, look, they have written here, for example, 19th century. Over there, in place of 19th century, they will give you history. 19th century is in fact history. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
They both talk about past.
Like the topic they will write down in 19th century, for example, clear? In 19th century, people used to eat a lot of chilies, for example, if I say. Huh? People used to eat a lot of chilies. In 19th century they have used. Over here when they come up with a passage, they will use other words. They will say, history reveals chili was very in among people. Now, did you see? Did you see the meaning? What did I say? History reveals. Or we can say, in the past. In place of that, they will use what? In the past. In the past. Now, if you cannot sense the meaning of a word. In the past means century. In the past means century. 19th century. In the past means 19th century. 19th century is the past. Am I right? 19th century is the history. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Is it not a synonym? Is it synonym?
No, sir.
No. Is it antonym? No. We need to sense meaning. We have to sense meaning. For example, look, if I say, look at here. Most people use automobiles to get their offices. The next part, look at here. Two things I want to play with you people. Sense meaning, another paraphrasing. Paraphrasing. They will be doing what? They will be using paraphrasing. They will be using paraphrasing part. Paraphrasing means that they can change the order of a sentence. Right? For example, look, something is like straight, they will mix it up. And then they will present you. Now, find it out. Do you understand? How? For example, look, this is in my question. For example, they ask me for this. They ask me that find out either this is true, false, or not given. This is either true, false, or not given. When you go to the passage, how you find there? Clear? How you find there? Reaching, jobs, majority of males use cars. Now look, most people use automobiles to get their offices. To get their offices. They have used use. And what I have used here, that for example, I use drive. Drive and I use. Do you think that use and drive can be the synonyms? Huh? Do you think drive is synonym? No. But look, but according to the sentence, does it give you meaning or not?
It gives a sense.
Yeah, it gives you sense. It gives you very clear sense. This is what you people are supposed to get out of it.
We should rather feel it.
Yeah, reading is all about feeling it, sensing it. It's all about sensing. You should have a strong sense of smell. Clear? You should have a strong sense of feeling that you should feel. Here it comes, you know. Here you will start laughing. Once you improve this skill, and you will laugh your eyes. Then look, gear me play kana.
You will start enjoying it.
You will love it. You love solving the questions. But if you don't know about these things, what is on a package? What is this? Okay, so now this is paraphrasing. Look, they have used office here at the end. I brought it what? Jobs. But I paraphrased it. I shuffled this statement. And look at here. Majority. Majority, what I used? Majority of males. Majority of males in place of most people. Most people, I have used what? Majority of males. Does it make sense or not? Huh? Okay, and then we have automobiles, we have cars. Get, I use reaching. Is there any difference? So from here, I want to give you another concept. Reading is all about matching meaning, not matching words. What did I say? Reading is about what? Matching meaning. Most of the cases, students, they start matching words. And if you start matching words, you will get fed. You should always start matching meaning. You will focus more on what? Meaning. So this portion is, how many things I told you in vocabulary portion? Synonyms, antonyms, sense meaning, and paraphrasing. 4 things I have to. So it's not all about synonyms only. Because when we start doing these things, Claire, you will come to know that how the test has been performed. And these things will be applied over all throughout your test. Sana sa push ka na?
Yes, sir.
Huh?